cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
From search to smartphones, Google's latest products that aim to make information more accessible and our lives easier. Intech Smart.
Monday at 5 a.m.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. A brazen robbery attempt foiled by a brave clerk at a cell phone store in Orange County. We'll have the details just ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlos Herrera live in Laguna Niguel. Fire crews are getting a better handle on the coastal fire burning in Orange County, but this morning they keep facing some issues. I'll tell you about those coming up.
And good morning to you. I'm Lynette Romero. In Today for Jessica Holmes, new research could explain the mystery behind sudden infant death syndrome. We'll explain.
I'm Eric Spielman in Alhambra. Governor Newsom releases his plan for inflation relief. And what about those $400 gas rebate checks? Are they actually going to ever come? That story coming up.
Good morning, I'm Sam Rubin. New at 10 o'clock, they are rebooting everything, including how about bringing back Married with Children in a way you would never expect? That plus live conversation with Dave Lopez from Channel 2. Well, not from Channel 2 anymore. He's written a new book. We're going to hear from Dave live in minutes.
Just a couple of seconds away from 10 o'clock. Good morning. Really warming up very quickly out there. Beautiful, beautiful start to the day. But it's going to get a little bit on the hot side, especially for the valleys and the Inland Empire today and tomorrow. Then it gradually cools down on Sunday, heading into Monday with those temperatures dropping out of the 90s back down into the 80s. Still warm. 77 coastal, already 70. Downtown Los Angeles up to 86. San Fernando Valley already at 81 degrees with a high of 94 this afternoon. 87 in the high desert. Up to 93 for the Inland Empire and 89 degrees Orange County inland. Frank, back to you.
Progress is being made against the coastal fire, which has already burned 200 acres and destroyed 20 homes. The fire is now 25% contained. KTLA's Carlos Herrera live in Laguna Niguel with more for us. Carlos, good morning.
Yeah, Frank, good morning. Crews seem to be getting a better handle on this fire as of lately. 200 acres holding it there. But this morning, more issues for fire crews, specifically at neighborhoods like this one here in Laguna Niguel. This is the Coronado Point community that we've been talking about all morning long. Take a look. These firefighters were across the street just about 15 minutes ago, but they had to change gears and swift attention to this home here because hot spots started to burn at this particular home. It had appeared to be under control earlier this morning, then they came back as these embers continued to spark. They wanted to make sure that other homes are spared from these embers. So far, 31 homes have been destroyed or damaged by the wind-fueled flames. Emotions, of course, are evident. They're clear. They ran high as many people returned to their beloved Coronado Point community. Many residents coming back to see their homes burned to the ground and remembering what they say were the scariest moments of their life.
We stayed 5 minutes too long. The helicopters were already telling everybody in Coronado Point to evacuate. And when we left, the heat was coming up. The sky was like an inferno. It looked like a half solar eclipse, but this whole sky orange and red. We got out. We had my daughter's in the car. She said, "There's fire on us." There were like little embers all on of us, and we rushed out.
900 residents remain evacuated from their homes. Evacuation orders remain in place for the areas of Coronado Point Drive, Vista Court, and Villa Las Rosas. Flames, they're no longer burning dangerously through these neighborhoods, but fire officials say it's still not safe for residents to return. Wind-driven embers still pose a significant threat. It's unclear what actually started the blaze, but Southern California Edison said circuit activity happened close to the reported time of the fire, and the California Public Utilities Commission is now actively investigating. Back out here live, the blaze is now 25% contained. But again, guys, we've been mentioning this here all morning long. These folks have been in this stretch of this neighborhood since midnight, coming back and forth, trying to put out these hot spots. They appear to be off, come back hours later, they're flaring up again. That's the big concern with these conditions later this afternoon, the heat and the dryness in this area. That could be a concern later this afternoon as well. Reporting live this morning in Laguna Niguel, I'm Carlos Herrera, KTLA 5 News.
Scary moments in San Pedro last night as flames climbed the hills of Peck Park, burning dangerously close to homes. Firefighters and homeowners rushed to extinguish the flames and protect their property. The 10-acre blaze broke out just after 6 p.m. Firefighters stopped the fire from advancing with assistance from LAFD helicopters. No injuries or damage reported.
A frightening encounter at a T-Mobile store in Seal Beach when two armed men tried to rob the store. It happened Tuesday afternoon on Seal Beach Boulevard. You can see customers hiding as two men tried to steal high-end cell phones by cutting the security cables. One employee tried to physically block one of the men from leaving, but after a short struggle, he got away. Both men drove off in a gold-colored Lexus sedan before police arrived. Fortunately, no one in the store was hurt. President Biden will meet with mayors and police chiefs at the White House today, urging them to spend more money on public safety programs. The president will also get an update from local officials on how they're spending money from the nearly $2 trillion coronavirus relief package. He's expected to encourage the officials to spend more money on public safety, policing, and crime prevention before the summer. That's when many cities see an increase in violent crime. Local governments use some of their federal funds to hire new police officers and buy new police and fire vehicles.
New at 10, a new study has uncovered the possible cause of sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS is the unexplained death of a healthy baby less than 1 year old, usually while the baby is asleep. The cause has long been a mystery. Now, a new study from Children's Hospital in Sydney, Australia, may have discovered the reason a child suddenly dies with no obvious explanation. Researchers discovered an enzyme in the brain that was lower in babies who died of SIDS compared to living infants. The study found the enzyme plays a major role in the brain's arousal pathway, accounting for why SIDS typically occurs during sleep. Scientists hope to develop a screening test to identify babies who are at risk for SIDS. Governor Gavin Newsom is unveiling his revised state budget right now in Sacramento. It includes more than $18 billion to help fight skyrocketing inflation. The biggest part of it is a refund to every registered vehicle owner in California. KTLA's Eric Spillman live in Alhambra with the latest on that. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Everywhere you go, gas prices are depressingly high. Here we are in Alhambra right now, and looking across the street at that 76 station, $5.89 a gallon for regular unleaded. That's about the average for Los Angeles County. Lots of people have heard about the governor's plan to give people a gas rebate. $400. People have heard about those checks. They're wondering where they are. Well, the governor this morning is giving an update on that. Let's go to a live picture. He's speaking in Sacramento right now, and he's talking about something called the California Blueprint. That's basically just an updated budget, and part of it is inflation relief that he is proposing. Let's go over some of the details of that. Yes, he does want to send everyone a $400 rebate for each registered vehicle that they own, with a maximum of $800 per person. He would also have the state send out a $1,000 check to hospital and nursing home workers to reward them for the dangerous work they did during the pandemic. He's calling for free public transit for everyone for 3 months, and he'd have the state spend $1.4 billion to help people pay past due utility bills. And that's not all. Because inflation is now at more than 7%, the minimum wage in California would go to $15.50 an hour next year. That's triggered by state law. Also, the governor wants to suspend the diesel fuel tax for 12 months. That would help truck drivers. And finally, his plan would provide more emergency rental assistance for low-income tenants. Okay, getting back to those $400 checks the governor wants to send. He's running into opposition from Democratic leaders of the state legislature. They don't think it's fair because the only people who would get the money are those who own cars. There are people who don't drive. They're also suffering from inflation. So lawmakers are proposing handing out at least $200 checks to everyone, whether they own a car or not. Also, it's worth pointing out that in March, Republican lawmakers in Sacramento proposed a gas tax holiday, which would have saved everybody 51 cents a gallon. The Democrats rejected that idea. All this talk about rebates, people are desperate. They need some relief, especially folks with a long commute.
I go to